Okay, my name is Mohammad Yamama. I'm the Windows Phone technical evangelist for Microsoft Middle East and Africa. Um, Thanks for coming. So first of all, who of you have seen a Windows Phone before? Seen, yeah. Okay, good, good. I'll just do a very quick demo for the Windows Phone, and then we can switch to some technical stuff about Windows Phone and developing on Windows Phone 8. So, okay, that's my calendar. So this is my Windows Phone 8 device. Windows Phone 8 is the most personal smartphone in the market right now. It offers you the most personal experience. This is my lock screen. It contains my calendar. It contains like some notification messages, phone calls, emails. You can develop your application so that it registers to your lock screen. For example, WhatsApp. It's an application that has a lock screen feature, so that whenever you get a notification, you don't have to open the application and know if you have notification on your WhatsApp or not. Even the background photo you can see here, this is a static one. It can be live. I can attach it to Facebook and keep changing, cycling my Facebook pictures, or one of the folders in my Facebook account. So let me check the start screen for you. So here's the start screen. Since most of you have seen the start screen for Windows Phone, so you know that these are tiles, these are live tiles. They show you, you don't have to open the application to see what's inside the tile. They're not just icons, they're shortcuts to the application, and you can show a lot of the updates on these tiles. For example, this is my current, I have a meeting, which is actually the session, as you can see on my calendar. You can resize, you can customize, you can move things around very smoothly, very easily. On Windows Phone 8. Two more things actually I want to show you on Windows Phone 8 that I really don't want to miss. We've got NFC. Have you all heard about NFC? Okay, all of you. That's okay. Does anyone know what's NFC? Okay, perfect. So we have NFC for sharing photos and between devices, whether they're Windows Phone devices or any NFC-enabled devices. It can be between tablets or Windows Phone devices. We got also NFC tags. So for example, this is an NFC tag. I can just tap my phone and just read what's on the tag. So this is, I developed an application, for example, for this one. I can tap and explore what's inside. I can put my Facebook profile page. I can put my contact details. I can put, for example, visit this website. So now when I press on the button and tap the phone, tag is written, I press OK. And then I tap again, and then I get like receiving content. Someone is showing a website from MSDN, which is my blog. So this is something you can easily do. I developed this application. I can then visit my blog on MSDN. We've got that supported in Windows Phone. One more thing before we switch to technical stuff. We've got we've got something called Kids Corner, because a lot of, I had a problem with my nephew. Actually, he used to play with my phone, sending emails, sending messages, and wants to play with my phone, always ruining my phone's settings. So in Windows Phone 8, really there's this Kids Corner, which is kind of a phone within a phone. So this is Kids Corner, where you can customize the applications for your nephew, for your kid. Just specify what kind of applications you want him to see. You can, disable Internet Explorer. You can just, so for example, I added some games for him because he loves to play games. I customized the colors. I added the games, the application I like him to play. And if he tries to press any of the buttons here, as you can see the yellow dot, it represents my finger. If he presses any of the hardware buttons, he can't go anywhere. The only way to go out is pressing the power button again, and then pressing it on, and then I'll have to put the password, because just in case if he goes out, he can't get in my account again. So that's another thing, that's one thing I needed to highlight on Windows Phone 8. It's something that I really like about this phone. So, since this is about development, okay, so this is about development, so let's take a session on. We'll talk today about two topics, speech, APIs, and how to use speech on Windows Phone 8. And we'll talk about live tiles and how to update the tiles and what are the different ways about tiles. But we won't we won't talk about everything in time because of the time constraint we have here, but feel free to ask me any of the questions during the session. So this is my Twitter handler. Feel free to follow me. I'd love to have more followers if you need to know more updates about Windows Phone. It's m_Yamama. This is my blog, blogs.msdn.com/b/myamama. This is my picture when I was 4, when I started talking. That's the thing. So today's topic, we'll talk about speech on Windows Phone 8. We're going to talk about a speech synthesizer, which is text-to-speech. Windows Phone 8 offers voice commands in it as well, so that you can give some commands to your application. It offers you also a speech recognizer, where you can say some words and some free speech into your application, and through these words, you can decide what would you like to do. Okay. So have you developed on Windows Phone 7? Who here developed on Windows Phone 7? Oh, okay. Pretty much a good number. Okay, so there's been a lot of improvement moving from Windows Phone 7 to Windows Phone 8. For Windows Phone 7, the speech APIs, actually there was no speech APIs. Just this voice support was built in the operating system, very limited to voice commands such as start my application, open my application, send SMS, very, very basic stuff. Composing messages. But in Windows Phone 8, things have been changed. Now we've got the speech synthesis feature, which you can use for the text-to-speech. You can read text aloud. You can read text within a file as well. You can even start your application using customized voice commands that can lead you inside your application and giving you a deep links or even passing parameters to your application inside. And we'll show that in some demos coming ahead. We have also as we've mentioned, speech recognition, but the speech recognition would need an internet connection. That's because it uses Bing online service. That's because for different accents, and so it needs a very smart engine to handle different accents. So an English from an Arab user is going to be different, definitely, than an English from an Indian or a UK or an American. So that's why you need some sort of an engine to take care of this for accuracy purposes. Actually, let's start coding. So let me know. Okay. So this is Visual Studio 2012. You can just create a new project, and you'll see. Do you want me to zoom in a bit? Okay. So let's, for example, call it ArabNet speech. This is a new project. I've selected a Windows Phone application, a portrait one. There are two targets you'll find, 7.1 and 8.0. Of course, because we're going to use the speech APIs, it is just available in the 8.0. So that we're just going to select the latest version. And then when right after the project is created for us, we've got a design view, as you can see here, for your application. We've got the XAML code, where it represents the UI for your application. We've got also a toolbox here. Let's, for example, where there are a lot of control that you can use. There are also some open source controls on Codeplex that you can add. So, for example, let's just drag two text blocks here, and just make that a little bit bigger. I'm not following any of the UI here because of time. So these are text blocks. We can add a button as well. So what we want to do is, or what I'm planning to do here is, I want to add a button. Once you click the button, we can read something out loud. So it's a kind of a text-to-speech usage for your application. So if you want to handle what's happened, so let's rename the text blocks. We can call that text block description. And we can call the other one text block locale. And that's our button. We can just leave it as a button here. We don't need to handle that one. So in order to use the speech APIs, first of all, we need to add this namespace for the speech. So using Windows, .phone, it's really easy and straightforward. .speech, .synthesis, because this is recognition if we'd like to use, but now we're using the synthesizer. Okay. I can make it a little bit bigger, just in case, so that you can all see. Okay. So now we can create an object. We can call it like speech synthesizer, and go synth. And then in the button click, once the button is clicked, we can create synth. Actually, we can just synth equals use speech synthesizer. Create an object of the speech synthesizer. Okay. And now, what I'm gonna show you, because for the speech APIs, we've got about 15 different speakers on the phone, different locales, different regions. So we'd like to speak these the sentence we'd like to show in different locales and showing different regions for that. So we have the accents from the French, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese. We've got a lot of speakers for that. So for each of the voice information we have in our application, we're going to loop in all of the installed voices. This is the dispatcher. And we'll create a delegate here. This is a synchronous call. So that once we got the description, we know which voice description we're using. So we can use v.description and text block locale.text equals v.language.toString. And now we can just set the voice. So synth.set voice, give it v, and then we can speak. So we can speak from an SSML file, which we're not using now. We need to speak text, so we give the text we'd like here. So for example, we can call it like ArabNet. Welcome to ArabNet. Welcome to ArabNet. And as you can see, it shows a green line here. That's because I'm calling an asynchronous method. And when you call asynchronous methods on Windows Phone, you have to use an await. And then, of course, we have to create this method to add the async modifiers here, which is something that we lacked in Windows Phone 7, the asynchronous and the async and await modifiers, something that was available actually on, asynchronous programming is available on Windows Phone 7, but not using the async and await pattern. One last thing, actually, whenever you're using any of the capabilities of your phone, if you go to the properties and the manifest file here, you find the capabilities, same as like Ibrahim showed in his Windows 8 session. We've got a lot of capabilities. So since I'm using the speech recognition, so I just check that I'm using the speech recognition. Otherwise, I will get an exception that I'm having an unauthorized access to these capabilities of the phone. Once I check it. Of course, there's a map, voice over IP, wallet APIs, whatever the capability I'm using. I just need to check it, and now just gonna build and run. So here's my emulator. So once I just press the button.
Welcome to ArabNet.
Welcome to ArabNet.
Can you please?
Welcome to ArabNet.
So that's
Welcome to
that's
ArabNet.
English United Kingdom, Susan.
Welcome
Indian,
to ArabNet.
English Indian accent.
Welcome to ArabNet.
And as you can see, there's
Welcome
the
to
difference.
ArabNet.
Welcome to ArabNet.
Okay,
Welcome to ArabNet.
it's not.
Welcome to ArabNet. Welcome
Okay.
to ArabNet.
So as you can see here, different
Welcome
Mexican,
to ArabNet.
Spanish,
Welcome to
French.
ArabNet.
So if you add French words, it
Welcome
will
to ArabNet.
read French so
Welcome
easily.
to ArabNet.
Italian, so
Welcome to ArabNet.
okay.
Welcome to ArabNet.
Interest ArabNet.
Welcome to ArabNet. Welcome to
Okay, that was unplanned, ArabNet too, but okay, let me just turn off the magnifier. So that was a quick demo about how to use the speech synthesis in Windows Phone 8. One more thing. So let me just. Okay. There's also the voice commands. So let me show you a quick demo of how things would were on Windows Phone. Okay. Allow. Okay. So in Windows Phone 7, even in Windows Phone 8, whenever you would like to start a voice command, all you have to do is hold the start button, and then you'll get the phone will be listening to what you're saying. Definitely, I'm not saying anything meaningful here, so it's not going to do anything. But just whatever you're going to get once you click, if you press on the question mark here, these are the common things that were on Windows Phone 7 and they moved to Windows Phone 8, like calling your friend, finding something on the map, or finding like something on the search, opening the calendar, or opening any application you've got, text friendly, so you want to text a friend of yours, or sending someone, or saving something on the note, OneNote on your Windows Phone. So these were the common stuff. In Windows Phone 8 now, since you have more to do, you can customize your application. You can add features like voice command. Things are a bit different. We've got here on the top right here, we've got the apps. So this once you swipe till the apps, this is what you can. These are all the applications you have on your phone that supports voice commands. So if you have like 10 applications or like 20 applications on your phone, most probably a lot of us, like I have a lot of applications on my phone, but definitely I don't remember which one of these support voice commands. I mean, like kind of more than the normal ones, customized commands. So Windows Phone offers us this sort of a place where you can know which application offers the voice commands you have. And once you click any of the applications here in the list, so like I have like Fortune Teller application installed, and then an example of what to tell, Groupon, Nokia Demo, Photofunia, Word of Rebel. So if I choose, for example, Nokia Demo, these are I get a list of all examples supported by or offered by the developer to tell me what are the examples of the things that I can say, or the voice command that I can say that can, that can give me some stuff like deep link or sending parameters with my voice commands or what have you. How do we do this? This is what I'm going to show right now. Let us show it in the deck and then move to the okay. Okay, so for the launching your application using a voice command, you need something called the voice. You need to create in your application something called voice command definition file. In this or VCD file, you define all the spoken commands that you'd like your application to know of, so that it's registered for your application, and give it the special properties. Define special properties, for example, like what page or target page you want the application to navigate to. What do you expect from the user to say? What are the phrase lists you want the user to say? Just one thing to note: the application that in order to register these voice commands in your application, or for your operating system to know that the application supports these voice commands, you have to run the application at least once, so that once it with the first run, it installs this voice command definition files in your operating system, so that the operating system kind of maps what are the voice commands and what do they do when your application is offline. So so this is how the voice command looks like. In the voice command, we've got something called command prefix. This is an XML file. The command prefix, as you can see here, it starts with the word fortune teller. So this application is called fortune teller. The command prefix, it's kind of a trigger for you, so that anything you want or any voice command you need to use should start with the command prefix. So since I put here fortune teller, so anything I say, like or any command that I'd like to call, it has to start with fortune teller. That means that gives the operating system the nod that this application is being called. So here's an example. So for this example, for this application, for example, if I can tell like fortune teller, will I find money? So this is how it's said. And as you can see, there's example right under the command prefix, and example right under the command itself. The example under the command prefix, that's the one that is shown. When you open when you get to the list of registered application with the voice supports, as I shown you in my application. What are the list of applications? So you got a command prefix. I mean, an example of what you can say. So this is the one that shows in the beginning, and then the other example shows like in a list when you open this application and see what are the supported commands in the application. Any questions so far before going more? Okay. So as you can see here, there's an example, and so for this example, like I'll have will I find money. So this is the command name, show money. Example is will I find money. We've got the listen for, feedback, and navigate. Listen for is what the application would listen for you from the user. It will listen for will I find, and as you can notice here, there's a parenthesis, the word future money. This means that this is a phrase list, and as you can see down there, this is kind of a list of the phrases that I can tell. So in the phrases here, we've got money, riches, gold. So this means that if I can say will I find money, that would lead me to the page money.xaml. If I will say will I find riches, that would lead me to the same page, or will I find gold. So whichever item I'm choosing from this phrase list, it will take me to the same page. So this gives you more options. So just imagine if you're having an application about the news app, for example, and this news application has a sports section, and the sports section has a Spanish league, and you're following Real Madrid, for example. So instead of opening the news application and opening then the sports section, opening the Spanish Liga page, and opening get the latest score of Real Madrid, you can just say a news app, what's the latest score for Real Madrid? That's something you can tell. And for example, you can put the teams. You can create a phrase list of teams, and then you add all the teams, for example, in the phrase list of teams. You can do that. So this is a very good. This is a very good feature in your Windows Phone, and the reply can be like a page, or a deep link to the page, or or you can make even your application replies you with the voice, and the application replies you with the latest score, for example, or the latest league standing for your football team. So this is the feedback. This is what it says. So once I say will I find money, it will tell me showing and the word I said. So will I find money, it should tell me showing money. This is how it shows for me. As you can see here, there's a square brackets. What I found is I put it between square brackets, which means it's optional. So I can put so I can say future teller money. It will take me to the same page, or I can say fortune teller, will I find money? It will take me to the same page. So this is optional for the user. If you'd like to say that or not, you just keep it. It's very good when you want to add a lot of synonyms so that make the user experience more friendly. So start a new game or begin a new game, these sort of stuff. So okay, so that's kind of what I've said. Just one last thing to mention is the phrase list can be changed by the application dynamically, which is a very good feature. So that if you're developing an application, for example, imagine that you have for example, the teams. They're fixed, but what if you're developing an application that gets you through movie rentals? Every week or every 2 weeks there is a new movie. So maybe you want to update this list of movies. So that's a good thing that you can update dynamically. Okay. So how to install the voice command definition file? As I mentioned earlier, the voice command definition file is an XML. The application needs to be run at least once, so that this command definition file is installed in your application, so that it's visible and for the user. So this is the only thing you need to do. You just call this method, install command sets from file asynchronous, and you give it the URI, and then that's it. So before I move here, let's give you a quick demo on an application that I developed. Okay, I'm going to use the emulator here. So this is an application I developed in one of the launches in one of my events. As you can see here in the main page, you'll find the speak text asynchronous and everything that I added. The only new thing that I added in the in the constructor of my application, so that once the application runs, I call the setup voice commands method, which installs the voice command definition file. How to add the voice command definition file? You just right-click on your project, you press add, and then add new item, and then you'll find the voice command definition item here, a template. You just press add, and then you'll get a template with the voice command definition file. You can just remove it. You can just update it. So in this voice command definition file, there is the contoso rodeo. That's what's in the command prefix. And then the example is play a new game, and then there's a command play a new game. As you can see here, there's no target for the page to where you want to navigate your or the deep link. So it will take you to the main page if there's no if you don't specify the target for your navigation. So this is how it looks exactly the same as we mentioned in our example here. So let's just cancel this one. Okay. So what I did here, I just added in. So this is my application. I mean, this is the voice command definition file that I created. It's I just called demo app. This is my command prefix, and I can give it an example like locate me. What would happen is it will take me to the page called maps.xaml, and if I open maps.xaml, I'll find a map control, and then there's a code behind a very that I put in the. That I added in the constructor. So once the page is open, I will just be located on the map. Okay. Another one, just to okay. So this one, it's kind of there is no parameters, right? So what if I want to pass parameters? So this is what I do actually with the location. Let's just do the one without the parameters and then show you how. Just hope there's internet connection. Is there? Oh, okay. Okay, tough. Okay, so here's the Nokia demo. App. Ah, okay. Actually, I want to show you something before I demo the. This for you. Let's just install it. Okay, just stop here. Debugger. And in my main page, as you remember, I told you that we need the application to be run once so that the setup voice command is the voice command definition file is installed. So now if I just start debugging in my emulator, I just added a breakpoint here so that this code is not executed. So now I press the start button again, hold it. Okay, this is what I can say. And here, these are the common things, like apps. And as you can see, there's nothing added. Once I just, press continue, or let this happen. Press the start button again. It's added to my to my list of applications that support. Once you click on it, you get like locate me, how can I reach Dubai, for example. These are the examples that I added in my voice command definition file. Okay, since I'm using, so let me actually try to show that in a live demo. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Demo app, locate me. So as you can see, it's locating me on the map. Hopefully the internet connection would be good. Let's give it a few seconds. Oh, here it is. And the route hike, I don't know what's that, but that's some place around. Okay, what if I want to pass parameters? I'll show you how, but just let me show you the demo. So if I can go, demo app, how can I reach Dubai? So what will happen, it will locate me on the map, and then it will locate Dubai on the map, and then it will create a route, directions route from where I am now till Dubai. So it's getting directions, and it's taking me to where I want to go. It's very easy to implement on Windows Phone. This is pretty easy. And it's getting directions. Come on, internet connection. So like, let's give it 5 more seconds. Okay, here it is. Okay, these are the directions, and as you can see up there, 1,000 or 1,700 miles from here to Dubai, and it's taking you direction step by step till you reach your destination. So that was a very quick demo for for how to pass the parameters. All you have to do is just getting a query of what's passed, and this is what's with the places that I added to my voice command definition file here. So if I have got the list places, the phrase list of places, Alexandria, Dubai, Frankfurt, Aswan, and whatever I want to add here. So I just I just got this parameter passed and then located that word on the map and then passed it to my application so that I can locate my destination on the map. So that was good for the voice command definition file. So let's move to the ArabNet Beirut. Okay, let's move to our second topic today. I have a lot to tell. Okay. Okay. So we'll talk about tiles, Windows Phone. Tiles in Windows Phone 8. As we've mentioned earlier, the interface of the tiles, it's different from Windows Phone to any other devices. It's something that's not available on any devices. The good thing about tile, it shows you data within your application. It's live. For example, think about an application like a stock market. You can just add connect your application to the stock market so that you don't have to open the application and keep checking what's the updated news on the stock market. So you can do that. You can do a weather application. You can do a multiplayer game, a chess game, for example. And then everyone who's playing a game, then you can just send him a notification on his live tile, like this is your turn. So you can update the tiles programmatically. You can update the tile through a background agent. Or you can update the tile through a scheduled task agent. The thing about that is these are not timely. For a developer, if you need to send timely updates, then you need to use push notifications, which I think Umit will show that and how to do that using. There are a couple of ways to do that. Umit will show us how to do that using mobile services on Windows Azure. As for now, I'll just show you the differences between the tiles and how to update that programmatically. So again, what's a tile? Live tiles. It's a shortcut to your applications. There's also two types of tiles. There's the application tile. So any application you install on your app on your phone, it has at least one tile. The tile is just whenever you want to add a tile to your application, all you need to do is just pin your application to the start menu. So this is how it looks like. Oh, okay. Quit. Okay. Dove. Oh, that's in Arabic. So if you ever need to so for example, I need to pin this to the start. I just I hold I click on the application and press pin to start. Oh, maybe I just add it to the kids corner. It's okay. So pin to start. Now it's added. I can just minimize, maximize, change the sizes. This is the application tile. Okay. So we've got also something called secondary tiles. So so the secondary tiles is very useful. So for example, again, imagine that you getting back to the news application we have here. Imagine you're just interested in your news application in the Real Madrid scores, and you're not interested about politics or any governmental or financial things in your news application. So you don't have to download another application for the sports section, right? So so you can just pin this page outside your application and get the latest updates to this page or to this tile. So for example, here we've got like a very example I'd like to use. Let's choose, for example, Ghassan. This is the People Hub on the Windows Phone. So if I like Ghassan too much and I'd like to follow what he's doing, I can just pin Ghassan to the start menu, and comes Ghassan, and here's the updates. He's been tweeting for some time at BizSpark, Microsoft, ArabNet. I get the latest updates. If he send me messages or what have you, that will appear on the tile. I can even change the size of Ghassan. I can minimize Ghassan, make him very small. I can if I like Ghassan that much, if I'm a big fan of Ghassan, I can just increase his size on my screen, and of course I'll just unpin him from my screen. So that's how you can pin things. You can pin albums to your so that you can see albums or pictures being changed. You can do a lot of things. So getting back to how tiles is or how the tile should behave. Okay, it's showing. So for, again, application tile or the default tile is by default for within your application. All you have to do is just provide the artwork for like the images and what have you. For the secondary tiles, you have to do that programmatically. You can it offers a deep link to whatever page within your application. Tiles can be static or dynamic. And again, the ways to update your tile either through application code or a background agent or through a push notification if you're if you care about the timing of the updates. We've got 3 tile templates and sizes. So as you can see here in the first, we've got like this first one is called the flip tile, and this one is called iconic and cycle tile or cyclic. The flip tile is the same as the Windows Phone 7.1 tile template. It just flips over, like we've seen Ghassan keep flipping over in the tile in the demo that I've just showed earlier. And for this one, and the iconic, this one conforms to reflects the Windows Phone design principles. So most probably the Outlook application, OneNote, and these sort of applications, you'll see this design, so that you can see the count here is different than the count there. The icon itself, it has to look like white, and then the other color of the background, which conforms to the theme of your app of your phone, and the cycle, which cycles through up to 9 images that are located locally on your phone. Each tile has data properties, which differs depending on the type of the tile. So there's text elements, count elements, and image elements. You don't have to use them all or to update them all. So for example, if you're getting a WhatsApp notification, you can just get a number 1 added to your tile. You don't have to change the picture. You can change the picture. You can do whatever you want. Okay, you can. There's also for Windows Phone there's 3 screen resolutions. You don't have to submit all sizes. All sizes for each and every resolution. You can just submit the WXGA one, and this is kind of the biggest one, and this one will kind of auto scale to the other ones as well. So this is the flip tile. These are the properties. As you can see, there's the count, the title, the background image, the background image, the back content, white back content, back title, and what have you. So these are the ones that you can fill in your when you create your object in your application, and you fill whatever you want or change whatever you want within your application. And the same with the cycle images. We've got a count, a title, small background image, and then a list of images that you can change between them, and again, it's exactly the same thing, just different name conventions depending on the template of the tile you're using. We've talked about primary and secondary tiles. We've shown that. So let me just give you a very quick demo, because I know we are almost out of time here. Okay, let me just give you a quick demo on how to do that. Oh, actually, let me just show you. Here in code first, and then go to the Visual Studio. So what happens is, okay. So how do we create a tile? Okay. All you have to do is create you add the namespace of the shell tiles to your application, and then if you're using a flip tile, so you just create an object of flip tile data, and then add and these are the properties that were found in the tile. You just add it to the constructor, or you just create a new object and just tile data title, background image, or what have you. You can just add whatever you find you want to create or update. And then once you specify these values or the content, all you have to do then create call this method create shell tile.create, and you pass it the URI, because again each tile has got a URI, and this URI is kind of the deep link. So if it's a primary tile, most probably it's going to be in the main page. If it's the secondary tile, then you can make it like a deep link to one of the pages within your application, or you can pass parameters that you can get at the end. So this one, like default title from tile. This is what I'm passing in the parameters, and then you pass the tile data that you created here, and then the true at the end is that this tile supports wide tile, because we've got 3 tile sizes. So if you want to support the wide one or not, so if you want to support, then you just add the true at the end. What if you have a current tile? Then this is how we created the tile. What about updating the tile? So first of all, you need to find the tile. So we've got like a list of active tiles in your application. the application tile or the default tile it's always going to be your first tile. So you just create a shell tile here and tile to find that we'd like to find the first or default. And then if you want to specify one of the tiles, if you just want to update the application tile, you don't add any of the parameters inside. If you want to identify one of the secondary tiles, all you have to do is pass which is query what was passed in the parameters. So this is like, for example, the default title equals from tile. That means that was for the secondary tile that I created. And then once it's found, you can just create a new object and then assign the title and then just update tile to find update, and you pass the object that you updated, or it will only update the value you updated. So you don't have to fill all again. So this is like if you want to update the application tile, as I mentioned, you don't have to fill the parentheses because it's always going to be the first tile. And then this is an iconic tile data, so you just add the tile you want and then update the tile the same way as we've done before. Okay, now we'll move to a very quick demo on how to do that. You don't have to, as we mentioned, that you have to. We've got like 3 tile templates. They don't have the 3 tile templates. Don't have to be exactly the same template. You can have a primary tile to be flip tile and then a secondary tile to be an iconic. So you don't have to do that. And this is actually what we're showing. So this just contains the same code. If you just run it on the emulator here, we've got like just 2 buttons: change application tile or change secondary tile. So in the change application tile, even before changing, let's just pin the tile so that we see how things are running. So is SDK tiles CS pin to start, and here's what it shows. Just press the tile. It takes me to the main page. Press change application tile. You can add a title of app. Okay, app title. And background image, you can make it like blue.jpg, and then account for 6, for example. So that's something, and here's a back title. Here's back. And then you press set application tile properties. Just press the start button, and here it is. Just change it as fast as easy as that. What about the secondary tile? Just press the change secondary tile. You can in this application just added a button to change each and every property, but I just added a handler to this checkbox. Once I click it, it will just give me it will show the tile, and it will assign a value to the tile, how it looks like. So this is how an iconic tile would look like. So if you just check here, once I checked the box, so checkbox display here. Once I pressed on it and I found the tile, it just created one and giving it the values title and these things that you can see here. And of course, since I'm supporting that, okay. And then of course you can delete that tile or do whatever you want to do. So and change, and these are the back content, the white content, whatever you want. I think I'm done here with the tile, and I think I'll leave the floor for Umit to talk about mobile services on how to send notifications to Windows Phone. Okay, thank you very much for attending. Do you have any questions so far? No? Okay, thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Umit Sunar. From the beginning of the morning, you are seeing how to develop applications on mobile platforms, mobile applications, websites, or kind of stuff with platform accelerators or developer accelerators or rapid acceleration develop frameworks. So now what I will show you today in these 15 minutes, I only have this one, how to create a mobile application with Windows Azure mobile services as a cloud backend. And I will demonstrate a Windows 8 application, Windows Phone 8 application, and HTML application, which connect to the same service, and that I can do some kind of magical stuff. So this is my name and my email address. It will be a little similar to the presentation that I made in the morning, but you can reach to this one if you want. This is the presentation URL, and this is a single page development URL. What I will show you, first of all, what I will talk about is, okay, there is a survey that has been made by Kinway through iOS and Android developers, and this survey is basically, the question was, how long does it take to build an iOS or Android application? And the common idea is it took about 18 weeks to develop a mobile application. And with Windows Azure mobile services, and what is taking, for example, 8 weeks is for UI polish, UI development, UI design, wireframing, synchronization, and caching. And 10 weeks is totally for mobile backend, which includes server-side logic, user management, data storage. I can say caching as a backend service as well. Data integration, push notification, and versioning. So what we will do is in 15 minutes or 20 minutes at max, I will show you how to create a mobile services, mobile application backend in 20 minutes with push notification, with data integration, user management and authentication and authorization with third-party providers, and with server-side logic. Okay, this is not my topic, but they say that in 18 weeks, Boeing is currently building 1.3 airplanes, and mobile developers built only one application. So I will not go through presentation or kind of stuff. I will just open my mobile services page. I know this is the final session before end of day, and previous one was the final session before the lunch, so it is always a little tricky. But what I will do is I will just steal your 15 minutes and we'll show you something that will worth of it. Okay, I am coming to Windows Azure mobile services, create service. So Windows Azure is not about mobile services, but it is something totally different. How many of people will be developing mobile applications here? iOS, Android, iPhone. Okay, at least audience is interesting of developing some mobile applications. Okay, every mobile service, like cloud services, has a unique identifier, URL identifier, which we can call as a DNS name. And I will give the name of, for example, ArabNet Mobile to this application, or maybe I can give it ArabNet Mobile 2, just for sake of it will be better one. And mobile services will create my database directly on my database server, and I can choose the blink options, and I can put my mobile services to one of the Windows Azure data centers, which is currently East US, West US, North Europe, and East Asia are allowed to put mobile services, but we have more data centers than this. Okay, I will choose this database server. Currently, I have 2 databases on my database server. It is not required. I will not say anything about database. It will create my database for me. I will just choose the server, the PPP server here, for my mobile service to create, and I will enter the server login, my authentication for my server, database server. Now, mobile services will create a mobile service for me that I can access through a URL. We will have it is in 30 seconds or 1 minute max. It will also create a database on my database server. And we'll attach this database server with my mobile services Mobile services is running on Node.js infrastructure, and it is extendable, and it supports integration of third-party authentication providers like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Twitter, and Windows notification service, push notification service, iOS notification service, and Apple push notification service, and Google push notification service. Now it created my database, and my service is ready here with this URL. With the same mobile service, I don't need to create any new mobile service. I can create Windows Store applications, JavaScript or not, Windows Phone 8 applications, iOS applications, which includes iPhone or iPad, Android applications, tablet or phone, and HTML applications. It is basically, it supports this application, a demo application that I will do is available through mobile services portal. And you can directly download it and make a trial for yourself. It is a to-do item application that will keep the items, that will keep your tasks, and will store in your database through your mobile services. But we will do some fancy things about this. The first one is Windows Store sample. I'm downloading this one. Windows 8. I will also download Windows Phone 8 version. Android emulator is taking too much to load in the beginning, so I will not show this demo, and I don't have iOS device with me now, so I will show you the three platform, HTML, Windows Phone 8, and Windows 8 in 15 minutes, so even this is something good. Okay, my applications has been downloaded, sample applications, which is integrated directly to my mobile services. I am extracting them to separate folders, and I will start with Windows Phone 8. I'm opening the Windows Phone 8 project. I didn't develop anything, and I just created my mobile services, and I will run this project. As I said, this is a basic task management application. It is taking the emulator, Windows Phone emulator, which shouldn't take more than 1 minute. And this phone device will be directly connected to my mobile services. Now, as you can see, in my database, there is only one table without any column. There is only identity primary key column. And when I will make my first interaction with my mobile service through this table, my mobile services will take the entity object, and according to this entity object, will create the tables, will reshape the table, creating some columns and storing the data and kind of stuff. And this is the first time that I am doing. I will also show Facebook authentication, scheduling, scripting, and kind of stuff. There is a lot of things to show, and it will not take more than 10 minutes. So I'm waiting for Windows Phone operating system emulator. Okay, it is done. This is my application. And I will write first task here. And we'll insert this task to my mobile services. I can check on database part that my mobile services has created new columns to store my data. And created new columns in my database to extend the data. Okay, now I will go for HTML one as well. Windows Phone application is still okay and running. I'm running an iOS Express version on my local. It will work on this URL. You see, this is the item that I created through my Windows Phone. And I will now create the second task. I can check this on my mobile services as well to browse data part. Second task. If I go to my Windows Phone application and refresh it, my Windows Phone application as well will take the same data. Now I am coming to the third application, Windows 8 application, and we will extend this application. I will close the other applications. But if anyone is interested about how it is connected, Windows Phone and Windows 8, Windows Phone 8 are pretty similar. I will show the details of Windows Phone 8 application, Windows 8 application. But for HTML part, it is a simple, very simple HTML file that is nothing very interested here. Very simple one. And in the application.js file, app.js file, it basically creates a Windows Azure mobile service client, which has the ID of my mobile services URL and my application key. And then it's basically creates and do some jQuery stuff to access to my mobile services. Now my application, okay, this is the Windows 8 application. I will show you behind the scenes of Windows 8 application. My Windows 8 application, I'm only adding Windows Azure Mobile Services Managed Client, DLL, to my application. And according to this DLL, I'm creating a Windows Azure Mobile Service client here. Let me get rid of this. Again, the same principle works here. I have my mobile services URL, and I have an application key. We will continue with authorization and authentication, and this application key is important on authentication kind of stuff. And I have a to-do item class. I have this one on my HTML access. I have this one on my Windows Phone 8 access, Android or iOS. It doesn't matter. So basically, I have a primary key, a text item, a complete flag, a bool flag. And you can see from my database that mobile service automatically created this table and automatically created the schema, dynamic data schema for this service. Now, what I will do is I will run this application as well. On the right face, you can see the data, and now I will insert the third task, to my mobile services. Without closing anything, you can check that this can be accessible through HTML part. I'm closing, I'm done with this, and I'm closing this one as well. I have the same data on my Windows Phone application. I'm closing this well. Now we will focus on extended Windows 8 application. Okay, now my application is still running. And I will show you the scripting feature in my Windows Azure Mobile Services. This is not only about sending some data, inserting or storing some data. It is more than this. Now, I'm coming to my application is still working. And I will show you the scripting features. As I said, it is working on Node.js infrastructure. So you can manipulate every CRUD operation, and these CRUD operations are basically based on the table. This is a table. You can create every class, every data class creates a table on behind. And for every operation, insert, update, delete, or read operation, you can manipulate the script, manipulate the data by JavaScript functions on server side. Okay, let's do something like that. My application is still running. I am not even didn't close it. It is on debugging mode. And I will log the item coming to my mobile services, and I will manipulate this item, manipulate it by script. And I will also log the manipulated item. I'm saving this one. The application is still running, and I will enter a fourth task to my application. Because I only changed the mobile services backend, now scripting part has manipulated manipulated by script part coming from the insert script on my idea, and fourth task is coming directly from my way. Now, I can do something very interesting as well from using this scripting session. What I will do is, I will slightly modify this on server side. My application is still running again. And for each data that has a check string, I will remove the check string on the insert phase. Okay, check Umit Sunar will insert Umit Sunar, and Umit Sunar will insert Umit Sunar as well. Now what I will do is, why I made this check, I want to extend mobile services. When someone will try to insert an item with check and then username, I will connect to Twitter and check if this ID exists on Twitter or not. Now I am coming to check scenario. I still didn't close the application. I'm just changing the mobile services scenario. I will go to check Umit Sunar, which is my Twitter ID. Username Umit Sunar exists. My mobile services has gone to Twitter. I can show you the count. I am creating a HTTP request. I'm requesting request module from Node.js. And I'm connected to HTTP API twitter.com one users show JSON screen name. And I'm basically sending the screen name. And if I couldn't be able to connect to Twitter, my mobile services couldn't be able to connect to Twitter, it will say unable to connect to Twitter. If the username that I'm checking is not existing on Twitter, it will give no Twitter user found with name error, or username exists. It will say username exists. Okay, I'm coming to this part. Now I will check Umit Sunar X. I hope nobody created this kind of stuff. Again, my application has gone to Twitter and said that Umit Sunar X is not existing for Twitter. Hopefully not now. Okay. For the sake of continuing my demonstration, I am making a little simpler my to-do item scenario, taking to back. Now what I will do is, second fancy thing that I want to show you, authentication and authorization through mobile services. You can manipulate every kind of operation by scripting, but also there is an integrated authentication and authorization mechanism in mobile services. What I will do is, I will give read permission to everyone, and I have other choices as well, and I will give insert permission to only authenticated users. I can also modify update permission and delete permission as well. So what I'm waiting is my application currently is at level with anybody with the application key. I will remove the application key as well, but for this reason, I don't need Windows Phone 8 version. I'm closing this one. For this reason, I will close this one and go to application key part. I'm removing the application key from my mobile services API. Now I am running. I start my project once again. What I am waiting is, my application should be able to connect to mobile services because I set the authorization level to everyone. But when I try to insert something, this is an error, but the best error is when you are waiting to have this one. It will throw an unauthorized exception. So, and at this moment, I will require some kind of authentication feature. I think we finalized, but I will continue 5 or 10 minutes. If you are interested, you can stay. If you are not interested, I will close, but Yamama give me a little less time, so I will continue for a couple of minutes. Okay, we will talk this later. I don't want to spend my time. Okay, now what I will do is, there is a social platform named Facebook. I will create a new app. Let's say ArabNet Out app. Oh, this is the hardest part for making such a business. Now I have my application, but currently I have my application and mobile services, which is totally separately and doesn't know who is who or who can work with itself. I am going to my mobile services part, and I will grab the mobile services URL, and I will insert my mobile services URL to website with Facebook login part on my Facebook application, and will save this. By doing this, my mobile services is now aware of Facebook application, but my Facebook application is aware of my mobile services application, but my mobile services doesn't know anything about my application. So what I am doing is, I will come to identity section of my mobile services, and Facebook is not only option. You can go through Microsoft account, Live ID or Skype, Facebook, as well Twitter and Google setting. Okay, what I will do is, I will enter the API key of my Facebook, and I will give the API secret of my Facebook account, Facebook application. I'm saving this. Now, my Facebook application knows about my mobile services, and mobile services knows about my Facebook application. So, what's coming next? Next part is to connect my application to be able to grab the authentication token from Facebook and to send it to mobile services so that my mobile services will understand that my user is authenticated through Facebook and will grant an authenticated user action. Okay. A little snippet, but not so big. It will create a mobile service user, an authenticate method. It will give a mobile service authentication provider Facebook Windows 8 interface. This interface is existing for Android or iOS as well. It is not specific to this kind of stuff because it is deriving from mobile service authentication provider. And we have this mobile service authentication provider in every platform. Okay. And also you can use the existing authentication providers like Facebook, Google, Microsoft account, or Twitter. But if I will not choose anyone, it will not work. I need to choose. And what I will do is, on my navigated method of my application, I will call this method. But for calling this method, I will need to add an async. Okay. Not much code. I only switched one line, and here a few lines of code. So I'm starting my project again. Now my project goes to Facebook authentication provider. This is Facebook. I will enter my credentials. And I will press login. When I press login, something silly will happen. Facebook knows that I own this application and I am the user that owns the application, but again, it makes me warn because of my Facebook authentication provider use my basic info. And oops, I am saying okay, and will continue. Now, I am authenticated through Facebook. This is my ID. In a couple of seconds, I will show you the Graph Explorer API. I'm pressing OK. Everyone can read the data, but now I'm an authenticated user, and I can insert authenticated insert. As you see, now I'm totally capable of doing any kind of stuff. So, okay, let's close this one. And we'll show you, before push notification, a simple trick on this. And then later on, we will go to push notification. If you remember the logs that I created in the first scripting, you can always send logs and diagnostic data on mobile services. This was the fourth task kind of stuff. And you can always collect the data from here. What I will show you scheduler task, then I will integrate push notification in a couple of more minutes. Scheduler task is something really powerful. You can name it as a scheduler task in Windows or cron job in Linux. It doesn't matter. The good part is you have a service capable of connecting to any external service through JavaScript. I know, sorry, but just a couple of minutes. And as a bonus from the morning session, I will not go through Twitter because everyone get the Twitter issue. This is our IP here in ArabNet. Maybe you can check as well. What I will do is I will connect to, I can do this on insert phase as well, but I just want to show you the scheduler business. I will connect to freeGIP.net as CSV and insert this IP and request the body and we'll get the location of my IP. I'm saving this one. And I'm running it. You can run on demand or you can create a schedule, for example, run in 15 minutes. Think about the scenario like that. If you are developing a game, you can run, you can calculate top scorers every 15 minutes, or you can connect to an external database like a MongoDB, MySQL, or other kind of stuff through an API or directly, and collect the data and insert it in your mobile services, or you can export your mobile service data, or you can push kind of stuff. I have lots of demo, but I don't have enough time. So what I will do is I will go to logs, and we'll hope that my service is working well. This is service result for IP. And we are in Lebanon, and we are in Beirut, which is good. And this is our geographical coordinates. I'm not sure if it is working or not, but actually you can do any kind of stuff. Finally, we took some backup through the scheduler business. It is something really interesting. Now I will show you the push notification and I will finish. But before going to push notification, I know I'm so demanding today. You can use free mobile services, up to 10 mobile services for free. The limitation is 165 megabyte of output bandwidth. Input bandwidth is not calculated. And this is free, by the way. And if you make a good application, and if it starts, for example, like growing up to 10,000 users or 100 users, maybe million users, you will need some more horsepower in your mobile service. So what we are doing is, we are switching to reserved mode. Up. And I am scaling this one, which is very easy. Up to 10 instances of 1 core and 1.75 gigabyte of memory. So this means basically I have 10 cores and 75 gigabyte of memory. And this is really huge. Think about a mobile service running Node.js. It may really take about 1 million users, 100,000 users actively. But I will not do this because even I'm paying for this account. So actually, Gökşin is paying. Okay, now let's do push notification in 3 minutes, and then all of us will be free. Okay. Who is aware of push notifications? Perfect. I will create an application on Windows Store. Luckily, generally stores, application stores, gives you push notification channel details before you are publishing anything. Okay, I will call that ArabNet push app and reserve this name. And we'll save this. And we'll directly go to push notification and live connect information kind of stuff. It will require my identification. And I will have a package security identifier and a client secret. It is basically the same thing that I am integrated with all kind of third-party services. I will copy this package. Ghassan, can you please stop? I will copy this package. Whoops. And we'll save this. Okay, this is not enough, I know. We should do something more on my application level as well. What I will do is I will go to app XAML, which is the root class of my application. You can think like that. If you are not aware of Windows 8 development, I will insert a push notification current channel method here, and so that my application will be aware of listening push channel. But this is not enough. I will do a couple of things which will take only 2 minutes. Not more than 4, I promise. I need to call this method from my application when it is launched. We'll add will extend my data structure. It is basically the same for adding or extending your own data structure with the channel identification. And we'll rewrite save item. This is the original one. And this is the modified one. As you can see, I only changed the channel app current channel URI, which is not bad. Okay, now I am saving this. I made everything on development. It took about 30 lines of code at max. It didn't take 30 lines, I know. I will connect this application. I should associate this application with my store application that I created, because my store doesn't know about my application right away. But when I create a bond between my application and my store application, this application will be aware of it. Less 2 minutes. I know you are waiting. Believe me, only 2. I will associate with this one. Okay, that's fine. The only thing, the single thing that I need to do is to do item push simple push notification. Let's go, not an extended one, because we don't have time. I will go to script, and what I want is, I want that every insert push it through all users of this application at the same time. So what I am doing is, I am connected to Windows notification service, but I could be able to connect to Apple notification service or Google notification service as well, and push the data. I'm saving this. Everything is okay. If we are lucky, and if Murphy is not around, everything should work. Yeah. So, you know, live demo is always tricky, and it is not easy one. But I didn't go so much beyond my time. I'm pretty sure you like it. I'm starting the application. Oh, this is my again, Facebook authentication. That helps a lot, because we are not saving any username. We are not saving any password here. Facebook is taking care of forgot password kind of stuff. Trouble logging in, I don't mind, or Twitter or other stuff. So I'm so stressed, so I don't remember my password. I'm reading the data, working perfectly. Now I will do this. A small command, please push this. Valka. Oops, again. I didn't capture. Now, as you can see, if there were thousands of users using this one, everyone got the same notification. So, demo is finalized. Just give me the final closure. Yeah, I made my agreement with demo stuff only. Okay, I'm casing key scenarios. I talked about mobile services, about everything. But I want to say you that mobile services is only 2% of Windows Azure. Windows Azure is something huge. You can develop applications with Microsoft.NET, Java, PHP, Node.js, and Python. But if you are using virtual machines, you can develop with any kind of stuff. We have caching, identity service bus, blah, 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 lots of features, virtual networking, storages, and kind of stuff. For any more information, where you should go to Windows Azure Development Info Kit, which is the address is, if you want to take the picture, it is time now. And if you use mobile services, I will not go through this one, but you are doing less programming, and so most probably you will not be able to listen these top 20 replies by programmers when their programs don't work stuff. Okay? Somebody must change my code is my favorite. Okay, thank you.